You have to wonder, ladies and gentlemen, if mainstream news outlets, mainstream media, is now currently run by clowns, or if any of them have any real journalistic integrity left anymore. The news reports about Josh Duggar being transferred from the Washington County Correction Center have been all over the place. They've been misleading. They've been filled with errors. Heck, I found three articles on mainstream media, and I'm talking Fox News, ABC, NBC, and CNN, who are all reporting it. And I found several spelling errors, grammar errors, and misinformation that is just, well, you have to either guess that it was written by a third grader, or they were doing it in a rush manner to try to get out there before anybody else. And I get it sometimes. Mistakes happen when you're trying to be the first one to have that breaking news story. I get it. Here are the real facts, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to Josh Duggar. And I'm going to give some examples here. Fox News, The Sun, US Weekly, along with ABC LA, all reported that Josh Duggar has been released from jail. That's their headline, that he has been released from jail. No, he has not been released from jail, because that would give people the, whoa, I better click on it. Where did he go? How did they let him out of jail and just let him go home? Where is he? No. Now, what they mean by release, if you click on the story, because that's what they want you to do, they want you to click on that story to find out, where is Josh Duggar now? Did he go home to Anna and his children? Did he, somehow get an appeal and win his own release that we just didn't hear about? What happened, ladies and gentlemen, was he was transferred, his custody was transferred from the Washington County Correction Center to the federal government. Then, there is a couple of days in between, after that, when they transfer all the paperwork of actual custody. Whose inmate is he? He was the inmate of Washington County Correction Center. Now, you need to look at what is Washington County Correction Center. Washington County Correction Center is a federal, a state, a federal ISIS detention center, and a county jail, all in one building. All they did initially was transfer his paperwork as being an inmate of the county jail to the federal system, where they're holding him to then transfer him to a federal prison. If you click on any of the stories, and I mean even on TMZ's story, at least they got the actual facts right. In this instance, not always, but in this instance they did. You will find that they don't know where he's going. Is he going to Seagoville, or is he going to Texarkana? Both of those prisons, federal prisons, are in the state of Texas. They don't know. None of the articles out there, they're all like, he's been transferred, he's been released, he's no longer here, he's gone. But they don't know where he's going. And a couple of them, maybe 3 out of the 40 who are reporting on it right now, got the fact right that nobody knows where he is, because that's what the government does. And the state does when it comes to transferring inmates. They don't tell you when you're leaving, they don't tell you where you're going in advance, and they don't tell you how you're getting there. And it's done for the security of the actual inmate, the staff, and for everybody on the receiving end. They don't want to put the high-profile El Chapo, drug cartel individual on a bus and take him to Texas on a bus, or fly him on, federal air, which is a federal transporting, airplane system. They don't want to put him on that. That's the Con Air. It's actually called Fed Air, but we'll just go with it. But they don't want to do that and then have your friends waiting for you at the the airport or someplace to bust you out. Hey, I'm leaving to be transferred to Colorado on Thursday at 3 o'clock. So if you could meet the transport somewhere between here and the airport and just take it over, that'd be great. That way I can get out of prison. They don't want that because it would be a huge issue for the guards transporting you, and then on the other end, receiving you. Well, we're not going to let him get into that prison with that inmate. They wouldn't do anything like this for Josh. He's not that important. But again, the facts still remain the same. They don't tell people on purpose when you're being moved, where you're going, nothing. Josh is not going to know until after he gets to where he goes. Then he'll know exactly where he is. The two most likely places are Seagoville in Texas and Texarkana. Now, both of them are over 500 miles away from where his residency is with Anna. So about approximately maybe another 20 miles from mom and dad as well. But in a straight line, about 500 miles as a crow flies, as they say. Has he been transferred from Washington County and left and gone to his new home, where he will spend 12 and a half years in prison for his sick, depraved addiction to child pornography? We don't know. That's the honest truth. Nobody knows. His attorneys don't know. His parents don't know. Anna doesn't know, and all those people out there, number 4 on the list, is all you vloggers and people who support Josh Duggar with your finances and giving money to Anna and to the family. No one knows where Josh Duggar is. That's the facts. If he got there this past weekend, nobody will know until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, when they will give him the availability of a phone call to call home to Anna, to the church, or to somebody, or to his attorneys. They will be notified at the same time, on the same date next week. So, the journalists, if you call them that, if mainstream media, have been acting like clowns. They didn't fact check, they didn't even use spell check, and they bumbled this story yet again. Now, I understand why it is so hard for so many of you out there to look at my content and say, we should believe what he's saying. When mainstream media makes a complete mockery of the entire thing and can't get even the simplest tiny facts right, in a case, why would you believe a YouTube creator? Right? Well, let's put it this way. I back all my facts up with documents. Go ahead and call The Sun, US Weekly. Call ABC. Call NBC, Fox, CNN, any of the other outlets out there that are reporting on it, and ask them to document what they just reported. If they respond at all, they're going to give you some canned answer that they've always had and hide behind the fact that they don't have to give you the facts because they can't be reached. And if you do say something that upsets them, even a tiny bit, they'll block you from ever being able to contact them again. I'm here. I'm in front of you every day. I love my job. I hope you do. And I hope you enjoy the content that I provide. Hit that subscribe button. We are running down here on the end of June, and we got to get to at least 25%. That's our goal this month, to get to 25% of all the people who watch my content to be a subscriber. And by the end of the year, we're hoping to get to at least 35% of all the people, the 12.7 million views that I got in the last year alone, to become actual subscribers. Thank you very much. And you have a wonderful weekend and stay safe out there.